is where we're going to enjoy Donatella's full reading from Maurice.
I feel you have to work extremely hard to fit in with your parents and what they want. I think that always you've had to, notice me, I'm here, notice me, I'm here, and you've done a lot of that, and yet they do love you, but I think that there's a problem there. And the same thing carries through into your emotional relationships with guys. I think you always do a bit too much. So you need to back off. It's interesting that you mentioned before that you'd been on this Posh and Loaded show, because one of the energies that comes off you is the control and restriction of somebody else's finances. So I feel throughout your life, whilst it's been very nice that your family is, shall we say, financially secure, there's been control and restriction issues levied against you. So one of the things about coming from a wealthy background is you have to live up to expectations and or do as you're told, which is not something you want to do at all. And with the moon in Libra, you're very sensitive indeed, and you would use a little bit of sarcasm to cover for what you really want to say, but would find it very difficult to actually turn around and say what you wanted to say. Do you see that side of yourself? Anyway, at the moment, I feel it's time for you to be very creative about your career. You made a lot of decisions over the last couple of years about what you want, particularly 2 to 3 years ago. I see you getting mentally clear. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Because I feel if we go back just over 3 years ago, you were in a bit of a funk.
Yeah.
A little bit of a depression, like, you know, asking yourself questions like, who the hell am I, and what do I want, where do I belong, and who are this family, and what's it mean to be a girl, and what kind of guy do I want, where do I want to live, and what do I really want to do? And then I feel about 2 to 3 years ago, you snapped out of it and you found yourself. Do you think that's a fair comment?
Yeah.
And I feel you're now very, also, about 5 years ago, I've got a big love story that went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt a lot, and I think there was a lot of disapproval about that as well. In fact, there's always going to be disapproval because what you want, what everybody else wants, seem to be very different. Health-wise, I don't know if it, first of all, I feel there could be some ill health in the family, but I also feel your own personal health needs to be looked at. Even though you're going to say, I feel fine, there's a slight imbalance in your body at the moment. You need to look at what you're eating and what supplements you're taking.
I was very ill actually.
Yeah, you're not well. You're not.
I was very ill last year, and it was to do with food. I had problems with my stomach.
It's still not right. There's still an imbalance and it needs to be put right. It's a very clear message. There are 1 or 2 things, well, I can recommend them on here. There's a product called Cell Food that I myself use every day of my life. That would be very good for you. That's CELLFOOD. You should really get that because we need to boost your immune system and boost you up. You feel, in one way, tired. You look great, but you feel tired. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not, and also being Pisces, you must always look after your health. Also, with the moon in Libra, you have to protect the kidney area of your body. I feel that's the band round your back. You have to look after that. Very sensitive feet and a little bit of lower back pain. I don't know why, because you're not that tall, but the lower back pain is coming over strongly. Yeah. So, you know, you need to look after that. Let me have a look at your hand. Oh, wonderful. Look, she's got 4 fingers and a thumb. Amazing.